I'm Charles.
This is the Capital Runway Podcast. Well, hello and welcome back. How's it going, Charles?
Yes, welcome back, everyone. Life is good, Amanda.
How has your summer been?
It has been amazing.
Yeah?
Took a couple trips. We went to Martha's Vineyard.
Ooh.
Had a blast. Stayed there for a week. Can't wait to go back next year.
Yeah.
I just got back from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I had a good time with the family. Fun sun there, too. So.
That's awesome. When I was a little kid, I thought Martha's Vineyard belonged to Martha Stewart. I just thought those things make sense, right? Yeah, no, totally. My summer trips are just about to start.
Where are you going?
I am taking a trip to Eastern Europe. Well, I'm taking a trip to Europe.
Okay.
We are starting in Budapest, and then we're going to Montenegro, and then ending in Florence, Italy.
Nice. How long will you be gone?
2 weeks.
Enjoy.
I am so excited.
That's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be great.
And take lots of pictures. I want to see them when you come.
Oh, absolutely. I've been to Italy, but I've never been to Hungary or Montenegro, so I'm very excited to check out those places.
I'm curious, why did you choose those places?
So I'm traveling with my mom, and she has always wanted to go to Budapest, so that's where we started, and they kind of looked at a map and said, well, what about this place? Just kind of built a route from there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun experience.
Yeah, I can't wait. Who are we talking to today?
So we are talking to our Chief Revenue Officer.
Yes.
Chryssa Westerlund.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah, I think she's going to have a lot of great things to talk about. She has been here for, I think, close to a decade now.
Nice.
She knows all about all of the projects that are happening, and I think she has a lot of great insight.
Yeah, so let's dig into it.
So today we have a very exciting guest. We have Chryssa Westerlund. She is our Chief Revenue Officer here at the Authority. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. I look forward to the podcast.
Yeah. So why don't we start with you telling us a little bit about yourself, your career at MWA, what goes into being a CRO?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I think like a lot of people, I have a very windy path to getting to my current role. Long time ago, I started off as an auditor with Ernst & Young, and then I went back to graduate school and I made the switch to management consulting. I did that for a few years, and then I went over to Hewlett-Packard, where I focused on growing revenue with partners. And that sort of set the stage for me coming to the Airports Authority in 2015, when the CEO, Jack Potter, decided to separate out a revenue organization from the overall operation. So in the past, we had one organization that oversaw both operations and revenue, but starting in late 2014, those two were split apart so we could focus on growth with one group and safety and passengers on the other.
Awesome.
In your role as CRO, what is your focus for the rest of 2025?
Well, I have the good fortune of having an outstanding team. So I don't have to focus on the day-to-day stuff. Our team really handles that beautifully. So I get to focus on the larger and the longer term stuff. So one thing that, will probably be something in the forefront of my mind for the next 10 years is really the $9 billion that we are spending on new concourses, both at Washington Dulles International and at Reagan National. So when I look at the amount of money we're spending and the incredible experience we're trying to deliver, I spend a lot of time thinking about looking at those plans, determining whether I think it's going to be a great customer experience, whether we're going to be able to meet the demand of our clients, our airline clients who are looking to grow their business at the airport. So that's certainly a big focus. On a more near-term basis, we are opening a new concourse in 2026, and our concessionaires have a 6-month window from the day that we allow them in the doors to the day that they must open. And that's a very, very strict and hard timeline, and it's a very tight timeline. And so really right now, as we get ready for that phase, we're really thinking about the people and the processes and the oversight it's going to take in order to really accelerate the construction process and make sure that when that thing opens in September of 2026, those concessionaires are there and they're ready to serve those passengers. Other things that are going on are we are getting ready to launch a new parking product. And that is going to be a premium reserve product. So for those customers, and we know that we have customers in our busy periods that have to drive around and look for a parking space, and that can create some frustration. The new product really allows them to reserve a very specific area of our parking product. So inside our garages, they'll be right by those walkways and those elevators, and they can reserve right close-in spaces to really accelerate and improve their experience for not that much more money. So that product is going to launch in September. Other things we have going on are we're seeing a lot of growth in the luxury transportation field, the black car, and it's still a very decentralized industry where, people, if I want to get a limo or a black car, other than Uber, somebody coming from another country or something would have to Google our area and figure out who even offers this service. And so we're really looking at whether we can create a platform to allow people to reserve those types of vehicles right through our website. So that's a pilot project, but we're excited about it and something new, I think, in the industry, and we look forward to seeing how that rolls out.
You mentioned a new parking product. Is that at both airports?
Yes, so it'll be located inside the Garage 2 at DCA by both the north and the south walkway to get folks easily across and into the terminal and into the security areas. And then at IAD, it's going to be in Garage 1, Garage 2, and for the first time, people will be able to make a reservation in the terminal lot, which is right there at the foot of the terminal, and it's a very popular location, but today we don't allow reservations, so this will be their first reservation product in that area.
Awesome. You mentioned a new concourse out at Dulles. That's coming soon. What can passengers expect in terms of an experience once they get to that new concourse?
Well, they should expect something outstanding. I know a lot of people fly United because that is our largest carrier at Dulles, and United operates out of our oldest and skinniest terminals. And so when they step into the new concourse, they're going to be amazed. So the first most exciting thing is there's no walk-back tunnel. You will get off the train, and you will go straight up the escalators, and you will be inside a beautiful concourse with high ceilings, lots of natural light. Right as you get off those escalators will be the entrance to United's new lounge, which is their largest lounge. It'll be about 40,000 square feet.
Wow.
So that's really excited, and they're excited about building something pretty amazing there. Again, all of the features inside this terminal are going to reflect best practices in the industry. So when you think about bathrooms, the deep stalls, the privacy doors, you're talking about more seating and different types of seating in the hold rooms. And then the concessions, they're going to be a great reflection of national and local brands that I think people are really going to love.
So you talk a lot about the customer experience. What has the Airports Authority been doing to improve that at both airports?
Well, so first with customer experience, I think it's important that you understand what experience your customers are having. Mm-hmm. And I believe we get more customer feedback than any other airport in the entire country. So we get over 3,000 surveys filled out every single month by our customers. So we have a pretty good handle on what they like and what they don't like, if something's not working well or it is working well. And so, over the years, we've put in some pretty good processes for oversight. So if there is a trend, we can jump right on it. And we actually, I just left our meeting where we went through every customer comment of the last month, and we focus on those complaints and how they were addressed and whether there's anything systemic. But really, going back to the same thing you're seeing in the new terminal, we're also adding some of those features in the existing terminal. So particularly at DCA, you're going to see the variety of seating. We've expanded the hold rooms at the end of the pier. We've been bringing in awesome new local concepts that people are really just loving. And the customer service scores are higher than ever. So hopefully people are really experiencing some of the changes that have been happening over the last few years and really noticing a difference.
What are some trends that you have maybe been seeing in aviation and airport industry lately?
Well, so one of the things that we're keeping an eye on, which has not yet become a trend, but seems to be on the verge of it, is this whole idea of driverless vehicles. So Waymo did over 4 million trips last year across just a handful of cities, all driverless. And so when we think about that, and what that means to the revenue for airports. So, for example, our number one revenue product is, and it is for most airports, is parking. But in 10 years, if I can send my car home after it drops me off, I don't really see parking being a big revenue generator. And, what most people don't know is that airports in America have to pay their own bills. We are self-funded organizations. And I didn't know that before I came to the Airports Authority. I always thought, they're subsidized by the government. And sure, we do apply for grants, infrastructure grants and things like that. But the annual operational cost is over $800 million to run our airports. And we have to generate over $800 million worth of revenue to cover those costs. And so that was one of the drivers for separating out revenue and really putting the focus on growth, is so that we could keep up with our expenses and actually outpace our expenses and make our airports really attractive to airlines to bring new service, new destinations to. So, we've seen a lot of change over the last 10 years.
Yeah, I see the Waymo drivers in DC, so they're definitely coming to the area. I see them all the time mapping those streets out.
Right. And right now, I think DC has authorized them to operate there. I do not believe they're authorized to operate in Virginia yet, but we all know it's only a matter of time. We're paying attention to the safety statistics. And frankly, it is a safer driving experience. The number of rates, from what we can tell and the data that's out there, of injuries and accidents are far lower than human-driven vehicles. And so I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to see us go in that direction, other than, unless it's cost prohibitive, but seems like a trend that's going to continue to grow.
Great. So we like to ask all our guests the same question. Where are you flying to next?
Well, I just returned this past week from Glacier National Park in Montana.
Nice.
And I have to say, everybody should put that on their bucket list. It is the most beautiful place I have ever been to in the world. It was just unbelievable. But from a work standpoint, I am headed next month to both Taiwan and to Hong Kong. Nice. So part of the revenue organization is bringing in new airlines and new routes. And so we'll be meeting with over 50 airlines, international airlines, pitching Dulles as a place to put their next $300 million plane purchase and offer new service out of Dulles.
What's your favorite thing about working for an airport?
One of the great things about working for an airport is your product is right there out the window. You really can get your arms around it. And if the customers are having a good experience because they're your friends, they're your neighbors. I mean, trust me, all of us who work here, we know when we're doing well and when we're messing up. So I think the fact that it has such a big impact in our region, and everybody is familiar with the product, and you can really get your arms around the whole experience, is what makes airports so great.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have any final thoughts do you have any final thoughts for the podcast?
I want to remind everybody that memories last a lot longer than things. So if you're thinking about what to buy your friends and family this holiday, take them on a trip, make some new memories, and keep them for a lifetime.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm big on paying for experiences. So, well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been great.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that was pretty cool to learn about all the different ways that the airport makes money.
I know. I love it that we call it, in the airport industry, it's called non-aeronautical revenue.
Yes, kind of fancy.
Yes, I mean,
So what was the most interesting aspect of that conversation for you?
I really enjoyed hearing about all of the different projects that are happening. I think there are some really cool things that are coming to the airport, especially on the parking front. Being able to make reservations in the terminal lot over at Dulles is going to be great. So, I mean, there's so much happening.
Yeah. And we're looking towards the future, too.
Yes.
And how people get to the airport. And the fact that there might be driverless vehicles.
Yeah.
So things are changing.
Yes.
Yeah, and
quickly.
we're going to change along with it.
I can't wait.
Yes. And if you have any questions for us or have any suggestions, feel free to reach out to us at info@capitalrunway.com.